There we go. Hey, what's up? How is everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are good. My audio sounds kind of off. Little echo. Let's see. Well, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm a little bit full. We don't cook turkey. We do sometimes. I can't remember when was the last time we had some turkey over here at the house, but uh, we do celebrate. We give, we or congratulate everybody, and got to be grateful for everything that you have in life, even if whatever, from the most minimum thing to the biggest one. Happy Turkey Day. It's me. All right. So I'm jumping on the live stream because I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit here, and saw another video, and it's about this former LAPD investigator and retired LAPD detective. I'm sorry, and it's very interesting, man, because the more the time is passing by, the more not only just the regular people, but now we have the professionals, right, saying that, giving their perspective for whatever you were being judged before, or you some people were afraid to say, just because we didn't want to get into arguments, or at the same time we didn't want to be disrespectful, and we don't want to be disrespectful with the whole situation and case. But this retired LAPD officer, police officer, is very interesting because
It does have that.
and in this interview that he did, he's pleading. He's like, I would. He's like, actually, I would please, ask for that video to be released, and he also admits it. He's like, that way the people can help. I'm gonna play this part here so you guys can get a little you guys get to know what I'm talking about. But and then we'll talk a little bit about that part. We'll watch the rest of the video. There's not a lot of new information going on. There's not a lot of details going on. Um, it's practically the same stuff. Everybody's waiting for the video and or image of the suspect. And me, I was asking myself, why isn't there a press conference, right? Why haven't we gotten any conference? But at the same time, people are saying that because there's no crime yet, and that kind of gets me mad, right? I think it gets a lot of people mad because we're like, come on, wait a minute, there's no crime, and but it's true what they say. I've been investigating a little bit on my own, um, and if there's no crime reported, um, they can't the LAPD can't hold no press conference because there's no updates. First of all, they don't know what they're looking for, right? Um, they just know about a video. So, and at the same time, they're saying since Hannah Kobayashi sees she's an adult, um, they can't, they got to respect the fact that maybe she doesn't want to be found, but at the same time, they're being investigated. You guys know what's going on here, right? It's we get one story, one this, one that, and let's watch this video. And
Ask them to release it as soon as possible because
okay.
somebody might recognize something, and maybe somebody that was there that day, not thinking about it, not knowing about it, they probably saw something that was suspicious, didn't feel right, but they didn't call it in because
Mm.
it just didn't raise to the level of.
Or you guys are not no audio. No, you guys should be getting audio. Let me see.
That much concern. But if they see this, they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, you know what? That's who I saw. This is why it was."
Audio going. So may I don't know, maybe it might have a delay, but it's the even the this retired LAPD detective, I'm sorry, is saying, right. He's saying, please, release the video, release the whatever you guys have, and people were getting crazy on the comments. Not at least, shout out to all the people that tune into the channel. You guys been very, I mean, very respectful. And but in other channels, I seen that the chats they go crazy, right? They're going like you can't ask anything or say anything because oh you asked this. But now this retired LAPD, he's even saying like maybe people now he's saying
Hello great streamer. You stream so really well, thumbs up red heart, that's why I followed you. I do see you streaming a lot but yet still
uh,
not partnered.
oh
I
thank
got
you
a
thank you so much.
proposal for you. I will share your stream to kick viewers communities. For you to hit 2,000 followers with more than
All right, I
1,000
appreciate it.
viewers and earn nothing less than 1,000.
Thank you so much. Okay, so he's saying maybe the people's gonna help, are gonna be able to
was
help.
concerning, and that could be a very important piece of the puzzle. And that's what this is. It's a huge, real life puzzle that could only be filled in by people from the community. Regardless of how great the investigators are, we always need the public's help to solve these cases.
You always need the public's eyes, for this. I'm telling you, um, it's very important. It's very important, but at the same time, we do have to put our part, from just sharing a stream, from posting a flyer, from telling the people out there, what's going on um, with the whole case, and to spread the word. You can help. If you can't be out there, I mean, some people don't live in LA. Some people that live in LA have their things going on, but we can always give it a share, right? Or let the people know about the case. And I was just gonna show that part, but let's go break down the whole video. And it's a short video. Boom, there you go. And there we go.
So my name is Moses Castillo. I'm a retired detective supervisor with the Los Angeles Police Department. I was with the Los Angeles Police Department for over 30 years. I retired almost 5 years ago. This coming March will be 5 years. That ever since I retired, I've been helping families who have reached out to me because of my presence in social media to help them find their missing loved ones. Well, I could tell you that this investigation has a lot of twists and turns, and unfortunately, already led to the tragedy of Hannah's father. So, Hannah, a 31-year-old female out of Maui, Hawaii, was in contact with her uncle and aunt from New York, and they were going to meet for the Thanksgiving holidays. And so they were expecting her to arrive sometime last week or so, and she never did. And when they started calling her, or actually, there was a moment in time when she texted her aunt and uncle something expressing some sort of crisis, some sort of concern that she had. Hannah expressed that she was afraid for her safety and that she was afraid that somebody was going to uh, steal her identity or take some of her money, something along those lines. And then then she went silent. Then so after that, that after that communication of distress, her communication went silent, and that's where the family got concerned. They reached out to the authorities, and because it happened in LAX then handed off that jurisdiction to the Los Angeles Police Department to initiate that missing persons investigation, and that began uh, in November 8th. So now we're pre-Thanksgiving Day, and she's still missing, unaccounted for. But now we have the tragedy of her father. Now it's in the
She was drug rehab last year. Her friends say. Uh, okay, she's a flighty. They say what's a flighty? Uh, her passport for everything was Midori Eve. Her middle name easily found online. Oh wow. Where did you DER? Where did you see that? Um, I mean, I believe because sometimes some people put very basic, easy to guess passwords, right? I mean, a lot of people they even put 1 2 3 or they put no password, and it's like you got to use a little bit more imagination. Or also, too, you got to be careful who you share your information or computer. Sometimes you just leave your computer open. You got to be careful with links that you click on because um, she was talking about being hacked, right? She was talking about being hacked, but and texting back and forth with the family as the days passed by. But at the same time, before she disappeared during those texts, before and after those texts, she was seeing, in certain videos, right? So, um, so it's kind of weird because she was being seen, and those weird text messages were being sent, and it's like, um, why wasn't she just going? Well, and also to the airline, right? I mean, I don't want to badmouth the airline, but at the same time, I mean, she went back over there, what, like two times back to LAX, and it was like, okay, so they told her, oh, we don't have a flight, or she was trying to get a discount, or um, it's kind of like if I go somewhere, let's say I'm stuck in, I'm not from LA, and I'm stuck in LAX. Uh, Maybe one night, right? I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow so I can get, so I can get, so I can, so I can just chill for the night, and then just go back, you know. But I will only do that if they're telling me, promising me that they're gonna give me a flight back, a free flight, or at least some discount on it. But 2 to 3 days, a Facebook for a friend of hers. Oh, okay. Um, but I'm not gonna stay there more than a day. It's that's a no no, especially um I mean, she left, and then on the following day, she spent one night at the LAX, right? And then the following day, she went out to venture and find out what was going on or what was going on in LA, and that's what she was seeing with the person. But then she went back again, the following day to LAX, and it's like, what was she doing back? And why did she leave? I showed this info to her in Paris, her boyfriend. She was open to this info and thank me. Oh, that's cool. Thank you so much for sharing the information. I really appreciate it. Um, any information, man, even though if it's something that you guys heard, send it to the family, send it to the authorities. And as we saw in the video, even the retired LAPD officer was saying, "Hey, the people can help. The people can help." Even though we had some people in the media saying, "Oh, these YouTubers or just content creators," and all we're trying to do is help. That's all we're trying to do. And but let's keep on playing this video.
Official notification from the coroner's office that they are ruling that a suicide. And I did get information shortly thereafter, the very next day of when this happened. And I got to tell you, it's just heartbreaking after a heartbreak. I can't even begin to imagine dealing with the fact that you're missing a loved one who's 31 years old, beautiful young girl who has everything going for her, just vanished. And then during that search, her father felt so much pain that
It's
he
tragic.
couldn't bear life anymore, and he felt that the only way out was this act of suicide. And I got to tell
Para
you,
tener loco.
suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And if that's you and you're hearing this, please reach out for help. It's not the answer, and we could always work through it and get you back on your feet. So the very first thing that we would all do is do that checklist to see if she's not in any hospitals and any facilities that they may have placed her on a psychiatric hold or anything like that, or check the jails, make sure that she's in nowhere to be found.
I haven't heard of anybody checking the jails. Now, the family, I'm sure maybe they did they looked and everything. There's a lot of information also to them. I'm sure there are things that they're doing that they're not going to put it up out there for the public. But I think it's important that way the people know, right? That way the people know. And right now, there's a lot of things that the family's going through, but um it's very important. I mean, this he was he's a retired LAPD, so he knows what he's talking about. Hospitals, jails, places like that.
Once we do that, and then we want to be able to communicate with the last person who saw her alive. And from what I understand, there was an ex-boyfriend who, although they were ex at the time of this flight, they were still going to go and continue with these travel arrangements that were made when they were still dating. And so there were, so I would love to speak with that individual. And if I can't speak to that individual because you're out of state or whatever the case may be, then I would ask that local police department in that jurisdiction to conduct that interview for me to get it first time, because doing an interview of this magnitude, of this importance over the phone is not going to cut it. So we will need somebody to do this in person and figure out what's happening, because then we'll be able to kind of flesh out any details that are relevant versus irrelevant, and maybe this person had nothing to do with it, or maybe he did. So start there. Start where the last person who saw her spoke to her alive and had contact, and then start speaking to anybody that may have had contact days prior. One of the things I did ask the family is to go back to her apartment, wherever she may
Yeah.
lived, and see if there's any clues or any signs. So look for any of that, because sometimes if somebody did leave because they were despondent or this is a voluntary thing, sometimes they'll leave a what we call a Dear John letter, right, or a Dear Jane letter, explaining the circumstances. So I'm not sure if that was done or not, but that was something that I recommended.
The, yeah. No, thank you so much for the information. Let me see. Looping the nose. I think they need to open the map, not just stay in Los Angeles. I think so too at this point, because also too, it's good that we're looking around LA, these areas. At the same time, I mean, uh, we're thinking they're I know why we're looking in the Pico areas, those stations or the mall. But like Lupe said, we need to start looking in other areas. But one thing that I was asking myself, why are they mainly looking in areas where people are drugged out? And what makes them think that she's going to be walking around, the Skid Row people or the homeless people in downtown LA? It kind of makes me think. Like that's why yesterday was it yesterday or the day before when I did the live, um and also the aunt, she commented shit. She said something about that maybe they're thinking about it, she could be on drugs. And a lot of people got mad. I know they got mad with other content creators, other people, but at the same time, you got to keep your mind open. We want to ask not because we're like trying to just make a video or this and that. I don't. I'm not making a lot of money off of YouTube. I just do it for fun and I can help. So that's awesome on my side. But we want to know because okay, so okay, she does. She's known for doing drugs. She's not known for doing drugs. That way, we know where to look. Yeah, I'm trying to contact a couple of people that know the area um, very well to try to see if they can if they want to be on the show, or at least I can talk to them and ask them, hey, where do these people hang out? That they're on drugs what have you heard? Um, so, but that's what we wanna know, right? That's what we wanna know, but at the same time, since they're telling us to look like a Skid Row or MacArthur Park, that kinda I'm thinking like, well, maybe she does do drugs, you know what I mean? Or she used to, and maybe this guy that she met made a relapse, and, she got some bad stuff, she got some bad stuff, and now she's just wandering around, and that's the reason why they're telling us to just look on these areas. But Lupa's right. I think we should expand a little bit more, and even people in New York. Maybe let's say, what about it if she's not right from the head, but she still made it to New York, and she's wondering over there. It's you gotta think about it. I've been trying to look at the media, at the news channels from Hawaii, but it seems like the information is still the same. I haven't seen anybody in the Hawaii news. I haven't seen any of her friends. Anybody talk uh about the case. I don't know. I think if I was to disappear, I hope my friends will be like coming out and be like, "Hey, no, you maybe you should be looking for Ray over here, or maybe you should go to look for him over there," or given their point of view because they know me, right? They will know like, okay, where I'm at. Oh, this guy likes to, a party over there, or he told me he went here, or one thing he mentioned that he will go here for vacation. So and the friends will be coming out. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? The friends will be wanting to come out in the news and spread the word and be like, "Hey, man, look for my friend." But if I'm wrong, if there's actually footage, videos of the friends actually on the news or trying to talk to the news outlets or content creators, let me know because I would like to check out those videos. Um, Can they locate who sent them the money? Hey, Rosanna, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Um, I've heard that the cops. Well, there's a YouTuber called RJ Investigates. I can't remember. I've seen. I'm subscribed to his channel, and he does pretty good content. And supposedly, allegedly, right? I got to use that word. And I'm kind of getting tired of using the alleged, right? But we had to use it. He interviewed the guy. Supposedly he interviewed the guy who she sent the Venmo for the reading, and I'm gonna post the guy's channel after I'm done with the um, with the video. RJ investigates. I think it's his name. Shout out to him once again. And he interviews the guy that supposedly or allegedly sent the money. Hannah sent the money to, and this is crazy. This is crazy, and I kind of want to believe that he's saying the truth because it sounds like they scammed him and they used him as a mule. Um, and supposedly according to the interview, the YouTuber asked him like, "Hey, so how did you get money from Hannah?" Oh, there you go. JLR investigates. Boom. Let me put the shout out to him, man. And 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 the guy tells JLR investigates. He tells him, he's like, "Oh no, I don't know him. I just know him because of a reading, and he told me he was here to help me, and that he was going to help me with money." And supposedly the suspect called the Venmo guy. We're going to call him the Venmo guy, right? And said, "Hey, this they were going to send you some money right now," and that's when Hannah sent them money. And but then the suspect or the memo guy, he's saying, I never met the suspect. I just know him because of this, because of a reading, and he scanned me, he took my money. I know I kind of sound like it doesn't make sense. I don't make sense is because the interview is just you can hear that the guy is not good from the head, and he had an operation, a brain operation, and that's the part where to a lot of people they're gonna say, what, like the suspect sending the Venmo guy money. Well, so I saw some scams, and these are like it's another YouTube channel that they expose scammers from overseas. The ones that they call the house and they tell you, "Oh, we're IRS. We need this. I need to take control of your computer, or like you need to send me money." And then later on, they make you send them money and whatever, and then they make it seem like they make a big deposit to your bank account. And anyway, so the YouTube channel exposed the scammers, and they tracked the address to where they were supposed to send the money, right, um, to the scammers. So they took the money or a package to the place. I gotta look for the video, man. and it turns out that they bust a guy that's in there, picking up the package, and they get him, and they're all like, "Hey, man, are you this guy? Are you the scammer?" And the scammer's like, no, 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 I don't. I don't. I just do this for a job. Somebody hire me. I get packages mailed to my house. I don't. I don't open them, and I just mail them to another address, and then they give me money. So you guys see the scam, right? The scammers will have people pay money or take a box with something with money to this address, and or mail it, and then this person, the one that will receive it, will send it to overseas to the scammer, and the scammer will actually receive the money or whatever. So it's a scam, kind of like that goes like that. So it made me think maybe the suspect has had this Venmo guy just as a person where he will use as a mule, like to where people that were getting scammed will send them the money, and then the Venmo guy will send it to the suspect. If it kind of makes sense, I need to make a whole video on this, break it down. But at the same time, now they haven't. He also got scammed. So now it's did he get see? Shout out to Riosh 49. He supposedly, the Venmo guy says that he got scammed too, right? So and then he got like $10,000 or something, but it was a couple of thousand. And what I was thinking is that maybe the suspect was having a bunch of different people send money to the Venmo guy, and he was saying, "Oh, don't worry, this is your money. Don't this is your money. Just don't take it out. Don't take it out." And finally, when it got to a great amount, a big amount, the suspect got pulled out all the money from the Venmo guy, took it away, and that's why the Venmo guy is saying that he got scammed. Does it kind of make sense? I know it's crazy, man. I know my brain, man. It's been just studied like crazy, trying to find out. They said, "Look, bro, I don't play. I talk with only her friend and family. They think she missed flight because she smokes American spirits." Stooges. Huh. So, what is the X? Was it the X? Now that I know the X, for what they're saying, the X is clear, right? He's not a suspect. I just pray she's okay and comes home, or even call. Yeah, I hope she just calls. I hope, yeah, if she's not, she wants to be, just um, explore, life or venture. I hope she sends, call, sends a letter or something, just so that the family knows. But now people are saying that it might even be harder, right? Because with the whole situation and tragic, happening of the dad, may he rest in peace. Now maybe she's gonna feel guilty, because imagine if she comes back and now they tell her, or she knows, that her dad is gone. A month ago, he said, "I don't know. It was the light interview on the other channel that was on video." Okay. Yeah, I think he used that guy as a pawn, and Hannah came across the same scammer because Hannah was also looking for a spiritual awakening, and also was that guy, the JLR interview. There you go. Let me get some water real quick. Come on. Come on. Yeah, and man, here in LA, man, we got a lot of scammers, man. We got all kinds of scammers. You're looking for a scammer, specific scammer. I think we have it here, and um, we have the actors here, right? We got people that, what I mean. They got they're the real fake it till you make it type of people. Saying had he dies. Weird. JLR channel. Shout out to him. Yeah, I I'm gonna try to look for the video. I'm gonna post the link in the comment section so you guys can check it out after the live stream, and then I'll try to do a reaction video on the whole thing, and I might just put a video instead of going live, because if I make the video, then I can kind of put everything together. And just made it here. Any news on Hannah's whereabouts? Thanks for the advance, Coro. Hey, how you doing, Coro? Welcome to the stream. Not yet, not yet. I mean, we have this video and that we played earlier, and just the part where the um retired LAPD talks about um how he's actually saying I would, he's pleading for the authorities and the people that to release the video. They're like, if you guys release that video, even the people, he's like, you need the people. He's admitting that he needs the people. Not only, I'm not gonna say content creators, but just people in general, because if you guys knew who this guy was or what he looks like, you guys, you guys were the ones that found that video of Hannah passing by on that promo video of LeBron James. So they put my music down. There's a lot of scams, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. Okay. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Okay. I think Scopo. What is this? Ryan. Oh, okay. Hold on. It says Ryan was in video saying that the X was cleared, then dies. Huh. Interesting. I think scopolamine. Scopolamine is a devil's breath, right? The drug. Um, uh, I'm up. We'll go over that drug. Is actually a drug they used to, you know, I guess, guide. This it's powder. They blow it on a person's face, and slowly the person loses control, but it's able to, whatever the person is telling them to do, if they follow. They follow. But in reality, I think it's like a tranquilizer, is medicine. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'm here in the West Coast, LA. Let me see. In the DR, that's how they scam. Oh, and they brought to the East Coast. I wonder scamming scope. Oh, maybe she trusted somebody. She trusted. The only part that also two of so many things in this case that doesn't make sense is how she was coming and going right to LAX. She was coming and going to LAX, and checking with the airline, right? Checking with the airline if of her flight. But it's like, okay, if you don't have the full money to pay, maybe they're not giving you a discount, just you'll hit up the family, right? And be like, hey, let me borrow certain money, or I lost all my money, um schedule me a flight. And Cora, what's up, Cora? Was very interesting, thank you. Okay, I think I went all the way to the top, then it got crazy. Oh, here. I just started getting into true crime and had a time off. So I follow your videos. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm I won't say I'm new to this, but I'm trying to get better with the craft and bring you guys more details. And hopefully little by little I get better. Did it got crazy? Devil's breath. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yep.
Dolores, and I thought that people were just saying that drug existed and that was it. Because you see the movies, and but it's true. It's true. I called LAX airport police with JLR interview video. Officers inside investigations department there said he'd give investigators JLR interview. Officer jumped online, saw interview. He thanked me. I'm Melba. That Cora, man, thank you so much for doing that. Honestly, it helps because according to Coro knows that they asked uh, JLR asked the Venmo guy. The Venmo guy is have anybody contact you? Has the cops contact you? Has the family contact you? Has anybody? And then the Venmo guy that got scammed. Um, he said he's like, no, nobody has contacted me, and it's like it's terrible, right? It's horrible, right? Like the cops, they're really, like lollygagging. They're not really putting their part, and that's I'm telling you guys also too. For when I went to the train station to the LAX station, if you guys haven't seen that blog, that footage that I recorded, I went to the LAX station, the aviation. I drove through the other one in Century, LAX Aviation. I drove to LAX. I didn't go inside the platforms, but I went just on the entrance, went around, and drove to Westminster. No, what Manchester, Westchester. I'm sorry, Westchester is the city that's north of LAX, just right there. Boom. I passed through that in and out where people take pictures. Um, and went back again to the Green Line train station, to the Line C, and I asked people. I interview people, and I asked them about have they heard about the whole case situations, and most of them they they said no. And I was like, even one of the metro guys, one of the metro guys are the ones from the company, from the train, and they're like, no, we're not. He told me, he's like, well, I'm not supposed to be talking, and I told him, I was like, no, I don't want to like interview and things like that, like I know, I don't want you to to get in trouble, but I told him what I'm asking is, have you heard? Because that's what I was asking, right? Because I knew they were going to tell me that, that, oh no, I can't talk because it's a case, so, but he told me, he's like, oh, I haven't heard, and I was like, dude, there's a poster down there. I just pointed, there's some posters here. Like, you don't know? He's like, no. The guy that was selling frutas, the fruits. I asked the guy. Maybe the guy didn't understand me, or maybe he was just trying not to get in trouble. And I don't blame him, because that's his little work right there, hustle. But two other people, I asked a couple that they had their luggage. You guys can see on the blog. I go up in the platform and all that. Um, and I asked them, and they're like, "No, we're traveling. We're not from here, but we haven't heard." And I was like, "Hey, man, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to like scare you guys. LA, it's got their good bats." I was like, "But at least you guys know. You guys can be on the lookout, and also too, you guys can look out for yourselves." And but I'm not saying like they're because these people didn't know. Doesn't mean we got to stop. Keep doing what you're doing, because at least now they know, and the more people you talk to, the more they get informed. And yeah, it's called Burundanga. Burundanga. Oh, okay, okay. It's kind of. Is it like Burundanga the plant? Is it a plant? I thought Burundanga was kind of like brujeria or something like that. L.A. police IG had 11/11/24 trafficking report, and someone got arrested with a loaded gun. It says, "Whoa, gosh." Read my previous comment. Let me go. They called the LAX airport. Okay, yeah. Maybe there's a little delay, but I read it. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much on the real, on my behalf, man. Thank you so much. Um, just my theory, everyone, but you and JLR are just talking just crap. Thank you so much. Doing my best, man, and I'm 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 a bust for that's for sure. I can't tell you guys exactly the day or when, what time, but I'm gonna go and get some footage blog. At the Pico station, because I used to go to college down the street from there at LA Trade Tech a long time ago, and I know the area. I know the area, but I don't exactly remember the Pico station. I think that's the one that's after the Washington station. I think that's the one, and that little area is kind of sketchy. It's kind of sketchy. It's kind of south of the 10 freeway, I think. No, Right, it's right next to the 10 freeway. But it is kind of sketchy there, and that was a long time ago. I'm talking about more than 10 years ago, and it was. I can imagine now. Um, when I was in DR, my dad warned me because I look like a gringa, even though Dominican makes you go to the ATM and give. Oh, yeah, be careful out there. Minutes. Oh, you watched them? Okay. Thinking from the police. Thanks, very gentle. You mean? Thank you so much. Okay. What is your theory? I feel like it changed. My theory, man. My theory is still it it's this is that. Um, I don't know because if she they keep saying to keep looking for her here in LA in like same areas, right? I think, and I know, I'm sure that the cops that are in the family, especially the cops, they have info, right? But they keep on telling us to look around here, so it means that she's around here. They keep on telling us to look in areas that is where homeless and drug addicts um stay at, right? So, and it just my theory makes me think that maybe she got scammed by this person. The guy ran some good game on her. Maybe they met online. Maybe that day that she missed the flight, maybe she decided to just stay and meet somebody online, and they matched, right? Because I don't know about the apps nowadays, but you got to match, right? So maybe they have the same things like the spiritual, the twin flames, and all that. So I'm thinking they got matched, and this guy's like, wait a minute. I mean, did the math, right? Like, he's like, oh, well, she's here for she's a tourist that's here in the U.S. She's here in L.A., but she's not supposed to be here. She's supposed to be in New York. She has family in New York, but she doesn't have family here. So the guy started kind of like, and the guy started speaking nice, started risking her up or spitting some game, and then telling her about card readings and spiritual stuff, and these scammers. That's they study people, right? They 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 seduce you first, right? They tell you things to make you feel good, so you can put down your defenses, and next thing you know, you turn around and they're either taking your money, robbing you with a gun, or in this case, like they're saying, maybe that devil's breath thing. You know what I mean? The guy, the guy used that, or um, maybe the guy didn't need to. Right? The guy was running some game on her, and she liked him, but at the same time, if she was doing drugs, or in the past she had a drug problem. Um, Maybe she relapsed, and maybe um she's just on a sick one, right? Maybe she can't control herself. And this is with all the respect, man. I'm trying to like not sound like I'm being disrespectful, but this is just what I think. So it's not factual. Is not what it is. I mean, that's one thing of many scenarios, right? Let me know in the comment section what you think, because I want to know too what you guys think. So if you could tell me what is your case scenario. um Watching your videos from last week, what is your theory? Oh, what is my theory for change? Yeah, that's what it changed. Now another scenario I can give you guys. Okay, maybe she bumped into this guy that he's a scammed her, and she met some cool people. Maybe some people that are into living their what do you say, wake up, their awakening, or something like spiritual awakening. And there's a lot of rich people here too, in LA. Maybe she met some folks that are into like that hippie stuff. And maybe she's chill, calm, living her life, and doesn't want to be bothered, right? Um, she's a young, young woman, right? Young lady, she's so maybe she met some people, and she's out there, traveling. Maybe she's uh, in the desert, partying. Maybe she's in the woods. Maybe she's up in Big Bear, you know, with some folks. And now with this whole thing, that also too with the father. I mean, that's another thing. If she's living her new awakening, or new life, or whatever, spiritual awakening. Now with this, I think, I mean, what could she do? Just appear, say, "Hey, I was here," or like, um, "I didn't want to be, I didn't want you guys to find me, but now I'm here," and she's gonna have a big guilt trip, right? Okay. Doesn't LAX have highest trafficking cases? A lot, man. And if you guys see right now the way, there's a lot of construction around there, and on that Century, in the Century LAX station, like you go north from Century, and I'm sure there's a lot of homeless people there at night, or they're throwing some sick ass parties there, because so some weird stuff could be happening. That little area, it's industrial too. When you go south, she'll be gone. They're just trying to go delay with everything, the DD case. Yeah. Riosh, scam, drug, and traffic. Oh, maybe trafficking. But if they were gonna, let's say they were gonna traffic her, right? Or that dude, the scammer. Why 3 days in a row come back to LAX, right? If that night that they saw her at Pico Station, she didn't look good, and that was the first time that they saw her, right? At a station. But then she still went back. I think the following day, and then the day after. Let's continue watching this video, and then I'm gonna take off, because I'm gonna edit that video of the interviews tonight, like right after this live stream, because the volume of the people that I interview is like really low. I'm using a lavalier mic, and you guys can't really hear them. So I'm gonna upload it tonight, and
And so those be able to communicate the answer. Like, I can't even, after that, that after that communication of distress,
trafficking.
her communication went silent, and that's where the family
Her
got
trust.
concerned. They reached out to the authorities,
Oh,
and because it
yes,
happened
okay.
in LAX then
Yeah.
handed off that jurisdiction to the Los Angeles Police Department to initiate that missing persons investigation, and that began uh, in November 8th. So now we're pre-Thanksgiving
Now you're
Day,
right.
and
To her
she's still
trust.
missing, unaccounted for. But now we have the tragedy of her father. Now it's an official
I love her.
notification from the coroner's office
Thank
that
you.
they are ruling that suicide. And I did get information shortly thereafter, the very next day of when this happened. And I got to tell you, it's just heartbreaking after a heartbreak. I can't even begin to imagine dealing with the fact that you're missing a loved one who's 31 years old, beautiful young girl who has everything going for her, just vanished. And then during that search, her father felt so much pain that he couldn't bear life anymore. And he felt that the only way out was this act of suicide. And I got to tell you, suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And if that's you and you're hearing this, please reach out for help. It's not.
Yeah, please reach out for help, man. Don't listen to people. People are gonna say, "Oh, how can you do this? How can you do that?" Everybody's different, right? Everybody's different, and um, it's just because I won't do it, it doesn't mean that other people won't do it. So if you need help, man, this is the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Talk to somebody, man. Talk to somebody, or you know come join the live streams here and there, man. If you need distraction Friday nights, you can chat with us, and you you know just talk to somebody. It's
The
okay to talk to
answer,
somebody.
and we could always work through it and get you back on your feet.
is the typical investigative process missing persons like
So
Hannah?
the very first thing that we would all do is do that checklist to see if she's not in any hospitals and any facilities that they may have placed her on a psychiatric
I'm sorry to hear that, man. My condolences. Keep
hold or
strong, man.
anything like that, or check
We're gonna do this for him. We're gonna do this for him and make sure Hannah is found. So I'm proud of you, Riosh. You know that you're doing your part.
the jails, make sure that she's in nowhere to be found. Once we do that, and then we want to be able to communicate with
I
the
agree.
last person who saw her alive. And from what I understand, there was an ex-boyfriend who, although they were ex at the time of this flight, they were still going to go and continue with these travel arrangements that were made when they were still dating. And so I would love to speak with that individual. And if I can't speak to that individual because you're out of state or whatever the case may be, then I would ask that local police department in that jurisdiction to conduct that interview for me to get it firsthand, because doing an interview of this magnitude, of this importance over the phone, is not going to cut it. So we will need somebody to do this in person and figure out what's happening, because then we'll be able to kind of flesh out any details that are relevant versus irrelevant, and maybe this person had nothing to do with it, or maybe he did.
Yeah.
So start there. Start where the last person who saw her spoke to her alive and had contact, and then start speaking to anybody that may have had contact days prior. One of the things I did ask the family is to go back to her apartment, wherever she may live,
This is good.
and see if there's any clues or any signs. So look for any of that, because sometimes if somebody did leave because they were despondent, or this is a voluntary
God
thing,
bless.
sometimes they'll leave what we call a Dear John letter, right, or a Dear Jane letter,
Yeah, there you
explaining
go.
the circumstances. So I'm not sure if that was done or not, but that was something that I recommended.
Yeah, they got to go back to her
And
house or
so
apartment.
those are the beginning stages, and then obviously with the social media, how powerful social media can be, always getting out the flyer with the information out there as soon as possible. And if we have the ability to ping her phone and figure out the location, sometimes that is uh, a tool that we can use, a resource that we can use, but not always, because sometimes those phones are turned off and then we're back to square one. So those are some of the things.
And also, too, not I mean, Venmo is one app that she used, right? They can also go to other apps that she's used, maybe her messengers, WhatsApps, Line. There's another messenger called Line, um, that they can. The FBI is getting involved now. I think they're not involved 100%. I think they're just supporting the LAPD for what I heard in one of the reports. I might be wrong. Maybe they're involved now, but there's, like they say, the digital footprint, right? There's a lot of stuff. Her bank statements, they can go check her bank statements. Um, people, friends, man. Where's Hannah's friends? With all due respect, you guys need to come forward. Whatever she told you guys, any information, let people know. What type of food did she like? That's another thing too. What type of food did Hannah like? I know people are gonna be like, "What do you mean?" Like we can kind of know where to go. Maybe there's certain type of food, Thai food, maybe Italian food. Look around there. We can look around any type of spots that might be around these areas where she was seen at, right? So, but there's a lot of ways, not only Venmo that, but they are gonna find her. They are gonna find her, and and I have a feeling also too they're gonna find the guy that she was with.
That we do in the very first critical 72 hours to try to get, because after 72 hours, it's like anything else. You may have heard that before. 72 hours is key, not only in any investigation, but especially with homicides and missing persons.
Hannah's family said she went to a popular bar in LA at one point. How does information like that affect an investigation?
So we want to go back to that footage to see if we could determine the pathway she took, because then we could then build on those surveillance footage. Maybe we'll find another camera that captured something else, and maybe we'll find the people she was with. And if the police department does have that footage, I would please ask them to release it as soon as possible, because somebody might recognize something,
Release it.
and maybe somebody that was there that day, not thinking about it, not knowing about it.
Yeah.
They probably saw something that was suspicious, didn't feel right, but they didn't call it in because it just didn't raise to the level of that much concern.
Yeah, probably they would have thought like, oh, maybe they're arguing, maybe or maybe I'm not gonna say anything, they'll get mad, or So, but show it, man. Show that footage, like homie Moses right now saying right here on the video.
But if they see this, they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, you know what? That's who I saw. This is why it was concerning," and that could be a very important piece of the puzzle. And that's what this is. It's a huge, real life puzzle that could only be filled in by people from the community. Regardless of how great the investigators are, we always need the public's help to solve
Hey,
these
Kari,
cases.
welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you. Hannah has been missing for more than 2 weeks. Is it possible that she's deceased? That's the next question. She worked for Whole Foods before. Um, what are what are I don't know, man. It's I guess they're just saying that they don't want her to get hurt. They don't want the investigation to get misinformed of the people. Hey, Kari, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining us. Why do you guys think? Why do you think that they're not releasing it? What's your the reason that you think they're not releasing
Well, that's our concern, but I don't think that's the case. That's our biggest fear, is that
it? Happy
ultimately
Thanksgiving.
she could be in harm's way and somebody could harm her to that extent. But I don't think that's the case. The reason why 72 hours is key is because we believe she may be in the vicinity, may be close within the 72 hours. After that, she could be anywhere. I mean, there was also a sighting that she was seen somewhere at Union Station. If she was at Union Station, did she hop on an Amtrak train? We don't know. And if she hopped onto an Amtrak train, she could be anywhere in the country, for that matter.
See how they're saying that there's sightings and this and that. So um I don't know about Union Station if that one's true, because the Avalon one, I think that was just somebody said that they saw her, but it wasn't true. I went to that station, they but they got to check Union Station again, or down the street. It's Greyhound. Greyhound is a bus station that goes to different places, including San Diego, Las Vegas, and up north. What does it say here? Anybody know if Hannah or Ryan had an iPhone? If they did, investigators can work with Apple. Oh, okay. Soda, what's up, Soda Pop? Welcome to the stream. To download their last backup and see the last pics, texts, and calls. Yeah, there you go. Also, too, I mean, if they had Hannah, I know a lot of people don't use Facebook anymore. I just use it to keep up with friends and certain blogs or groups. But a lot of people don't use Facebook that much. But if they did, Facebook, they can retrieve all your deleted messages, even if you deleted them and whatever. Yeah, the other person deleted them too. Facebook, um, they can get those, and they'll give them to the authorities for sure. Um, all I gotta do is pray, pray. Prayer goes a long way, man. Keep on praying, and at least let's do this for Hannah, the family, and also to Ryan, the dad, man. I know he's not here. May he rest in peace. But um, you know, I'm sure he'll be grateful, man, for you, and thankful for you guys, what you guys are doing. Anything helps, man. Anything, just spreading the word, telling somebody, anybody, and sharing the flyer, even online. It goes long ways. Because they don't know who he is. The cops don't even talk with John the Boneless yet. John the Boneless. Okay. If you're corrupt, yeah. The Avalon Station's witness went back and said Hannah never looked down bad, just looked tired. Maybe, yeah. Man. Do you think so? She looked tired. Do you think maybe she was out? They were out there late. Maybe on a sick one, or maybe she was just tired, non sleep. I know a lot of people don't believe psychics, but it can't hurt to try. Yeah, but that's I've been watching some of their channels, and you never know. John Boneless is the handicap guy. She Benmo. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, we're calling him the Benmo guy, so that way. But John the Boneless. Yeah, I think he's handicapped. Something happened to him. Let's keep on watching this. Everybody, thank you guys. Welcome to the stream, man. Um, if I missed one of your comments, I'm gonna go back or just drop the comment again, and I'm gonna read it. I'll post it. Hit the like button; it really helps the stream. That way, more people know, and they can watch the stream. And also, too, the more people share their thoughts, we can get ideas over here. Or at least you never know. Maybe there's information or things you guys seen that I haven't seen online, and I wanna know more about it.
Because Amtrak, travels all over the country.
Mm.
So that's why it's important for the authorities to really connect with one another. I understand. I can't confirm this, but I heard that the FBI might be a. Might, I believe that the
It's
FBI may
fair.
be playing a supportive role in this, not taking the lead or anything. But if LAPD needed some resources, I believe the FBI may be providing that. So I say that to say this, that I hope that they could go in there and monitor
Yeah,
the itineraries at the Amtrak in those days and those timeframes, and also continue to monitor to see if she makes
they got
another
cameras
purchase
there.
for another airline ticket somewhere else, because that would be a big clue. And and I know there was some talk about her sending some money to an individual, and I'm trusting that the police will also investigate that as a potential lead or a tip. Again, the key is to find her whereabouts and bring her home safe. There
Thanks,
is this
brother.
possibility in which I did kind of give the family a heads up. I told them that it would probably be possible that if the police do find her, she could tell the police detective, say, you know what, I'm fine, I'm good, I don't want to go back to my family,
Mhm.
and that's it. And guess what? LAPD wouldn't even be able to confirm that to the family because she's probably going to invoke her privacy rights.
Did you guys catch that? So he's saying that maybe she doesn't want to be found, or anybody, not her, just anybody in general. If when they don't want to be found, they could just call the cops, tell them, "Hey, I'm good. I'm checking in, letting you guys know I'm cool. Um, I just um, I just don't want to contact my family, and they'll just drop the cops will drop whatever investigation they're looking for. That's kind of crazy because I mean, I think in that case the person should go to the see the cops in person. I'm guessing they they gotta do it in person, right? You can't, because then in that case someone else can call and say, hey, I'm okay. I'm the person you're looking for, and then what about if they're not? But I'm guessing there's a procedure to it.
I don't want to go back to my family, and that's it. And guess what? LAPD wouldn't even be able to confirm that to the family because she's probably going to invoke her privacy rights. And if that happens, then it's similar to what happened recently in that actress that went missing and that whole going back and forth. She's missing, no, she's not, and yes, I am, no, I'm not, and here we are. And that's what could happen in this case, where eventually she may have done this on her own
Mm.
and want to disappear and go with wherever she wanted to go with.
Remember, we talked about this on the last stream that um, people were getting mad at other people were saying that maybe she didn't want to be found, and people were saying in the chat that they were being judged and this and that. Now even this ex LAPD detective is saying, maybe that's what it was. Nobody's trying to be disrespectful, right? We're just curious, and I mean we're here trying to find clues or something that maybe it can help us think where to go, what to do. So it's okay to ask. It's okay. Uh, Lupe said something here that kind of changed my mind earlier. The chat asked me if my thoughts have changed since the last live stream, and this is a good reason of why maybe she could just still be here, right? Just Lupe said if she didn't have money, she couldn't go far unless she had credit cards, but she got scammed, so she can't. That means she can't go nowhere, right? Find out where she used it. So it's true because I've met people homeless, that are asking for money. And sometimes I feel bad for people, right? I'm always grateful for my life, for what I have, and I try to help people whenever I can, and with change and or buy food. Not a lot. I'm not gonna say I give them a lot of money because uh, so. But I've asked them, like, how did what happened? How did you get to this point? And there's a lot of people that are like, oh well, I'm from San Diego, or actually I live in the valley, but um I just you know been doing this and stay at my friend's house and stay and don't have money, but I don't want to go back, and I do want to go back, but at the same time, you know um I don't have money to travel. And you could just tell, maybe they just gave up in a sense, right? That they're okay with the life they have, staying here, they're comfortable, and maybe they just don't want to go back because they don't want to um, go back to reality, right? Go back to the same 9 to 5, paying bills, the stress. And a lot of people that are homeless, some of them, they like that because they're okay without having to pay bills. I'm not saying all of them, because there's a lot of them that need problem. I mean, need help, have problems. There's a lot of people, and I mean, thinking about it, I mean, if you don't have bills to pay, you just have like where just live day by day, and you're okay with eating once a day. So, but God bless, man, the people struggling out there. Let me see. When it comes to what establishes a missing person, and when it becomes in danger, and just because someone who has a voluntary missing person doesn't mean they're not in danger too. True, true, true. Very, very true. It changes how the case is handled with those titles from the get go. Yeah. But why does Hannah's sister seem close to the dad, but Hannah's hadn't seen him so much since I was a kid? That's weird. Probably like a family thing. But I asked myself that too. Maybe different mom. I don't know. We haven't seen the mom that much, right? But I mean, the mom's going through a lot of stuff. I don't know if the mom is with the dad. Um, Let me know if you guys know anything more about that. She lived on Maui. He lived in Oahu. Okay, I'm lost. Can you explain what he said? Oh man, I don't know what part of the video. Let me just finish. Let it play. I know I've been interrupting. I'm sorry, but I'm just.
And she has that right. So that's
Oh,
going
this
to be
part.
the sticky part. I don't want to go back to my family, and that's it. And guess what? LAPD wouldn't even be able to confirm that to the family, because she's probably going to invoke her privacy rights. And
Mm,
if that happens, then it's similar to what happened recently in that actress that went missing, and that whole going back and forth. She's missing, no, she's not, and yes, I am, no, I'm not, and here we are. And that's what
okay.
could happen in this case, where eventually she may have done this on her own and want to disappear and go with wherever she wanted to go with, and she has that right. So that's going to be the sticky part. But I'm hopeful that with all this media attention, especially like something like this in this forum, this platform, she will actually see this, and hopefully that would motivate her to, at the very least,
Carrie, I
connect with her
agree.
family to let them know that she's okay.
True. What was the question here? You've been speaking with Hannah's family. How are they holding up? That's the next question. They live in two different
Well,
islands.
the people that I've spoken to, obviously, they're devastated and they're just lost for words. And I do feel like they're just so overwhelmed, and they just sometimes don't even know what next steps to take. And
I agree.
that's the difficult part. But they're remaining hopeful that Hannah will be found safe and sound. But at the same time, they're grieving the loss of her father, Ryan. It's just horrible, especially during the holidays here. Um, I just can't even put it into words. the pain and suffering that they must be going through is just indescribable.
What would investigators tell Hannah's family as she's seen missing for 2 weeks? What can the public do to help? That's a good question. What can we do to help?
Well, there is, if time goes on and we go into weeks, months, and we still can't find her, at one point I would ask the family to submit a DNA reference sample, and that would be an individual that's closest to her, like maybe her mother, or maybe even if the coroner's office maybe collected a reference sample from the father now that he's deceased. Because what happens is, if, let's God forbid, and I hope this is not the case, but if there is a Jane Doe body found somewhere in this country and they don't know who it is and they can't identify her, that DNA reference sample that's collected from that family member, the mom or the sister, that profile would be compared to hers in this database, and then that's how they connect the dots. Unfortunately, that system has uh, connected families to a deceased individual, and that's not the outcome we're looking for. But at the very least, it gave them some resolution to their horrible nightmare. Now they know. Notice I'm not saying closure, because there's no such thing as closure, but it will bring a resolution to this. So at some point,
Exactly,
I would ask the family to submit to a reference sample, for a DNA reference sample, to make that connection. And that database, you could look it up on this website. It's called NAMUS, NAMUS, NAMUS. The investigating officer would then collect the DNA reference sample, submit it to the coroner's office, and the coroner's office uploads it into the system. And then that's where they're going to run it to see if there's any connection to any unidentified Jane Does. And that's how that's connecting the dots. For the public, if you are with Hannah and you are holding her against her will or anything like that, we're asking you to do the right thing.
Let her go.
Take her to the local hospital, drop her off,
Yeah.
and we'll take it from there. Just let her come home. If you know anything about her whereabouts, you could call Crime Stoppers and leave an anonymous tip. What's neat about Crime Stoppers, if that tip leads to her recovery, Crime Stoppers may offer you a reward. I'm not sure what the amount would be, but the reward-based anonymous tip system. So that's one option. Or you could just call the detective at LAPD Missing Persons. Her name is Yesenia Avalos. You could reach out to her and call her and ask for her, or ask for her team and provide the information. But any tip, I did receive a acknowledgement from the Detective Avalos that they are going to follow up on any credible leads that come their way. So please do so.
If you could speak with Hannah, what would you say to her? We'll go into that right now. Also, okay. Also, the New York photo gig Hannah wrote in her notes sent to her mom was a lie. He came and said he couldn't pay her. Okay, I'm still asking myself, like, why did Hannah send the whole notebook to the mom? Because you see everything written, or take a picture and send it to the mom. Because I think I don't know about with me, right? Maybe I would have if I was texting it, I would have wrote everything down, but the paper, I don't know. That was weird to me. Said maybe they want reward. Maybe they maybe that's what it is. Maybe they want a reward, and but they're the reason why now there comes this, going back to my theory, right? Maybe that's the reason we're seeing her around. Maybe they have her captive, but they do go around. There's people maybe or maybe they're homeless. I don't know. They're around that area. Maybe that's the reason why the cops are telling us to look around these like dangerous or homeless areas, and maybe they want a reward. But man, let her go, man. If somebody has her, or somebody knows anything, just call the cops, man. Be like, hey, because it's the family's going through a lot of stuff, a lot.
Hannah, if you're watching this, broadcast and you're learning through this media that your father has died, please reach out to your family, reach out to us so we could reunite you and then begin the healing process. But you're not alone. You have support. You have not only your family, but you have a large community presence where people are rooting for you. They want to be able to help you. I mean, people have been donating to your family's GoFundMe account to help you, to help them find you. So please, I'm making this a very personal connection to you, that if you are listening to this and you're watching this, which I believe that is a great possibility, just pick up the phone, call your family, call your sister Sydney, call your uncle Robert, Bobby, whoever the case may be, but just reach out and let's get you back home so we could begin the healing process. No judgment.
Yes.
No casting judgment.
No judgment.
No blame. No anything, but just come home.
Yeah, Hannah, man, they like this guy said, no judgment. I don't think people, should judge her, and that just go home, go home, or anybody that has her or knows where she's at. Uh, just the family needs her back. The family, has gone through a lot of stuff already. Blunt force, and so the cop said that so that he was like hit, and then like he got wow before besides the drop. Was scary. The trafficker was arrested. Was arrested last one in Terminal 5. Terminal. That's another thing. So that was Terminal 5 where Hannah arrived. I know as American Airlines, I think. The last terminal. Wow. This is gonna this whole case is gonna open a whole bigger thing, right? Maybe the people that have her captive, they're just like, whoa, um, but because it's showing, it's showing light to something that it's known, people know about it that's going on, but they don't talk about it because so much stuff going on here in LA that maybe it's just kind of like, oh, we hear about a lot of different stuff, so kind of like, but this is shining light on this whole thing, What are the common challenges with?
And when you have a missing person investigation, sometimes you can't even tell whether or not this is a voluntary disappearance, whether or not this is a crime. And those are some of the struggles that families encounter when dealing with law enforcement, because their families saying, look, please help us. This is not like my husband to just disappear. This is not just like my daughter to just take off. And so we get it from the perspective of the family, but law enforcement, they have to go by, do we have any evidence of any crime? Because oftentimes, I'll give you an example. A family says, well, can you ping her phone? In order to ping a phone, we need a court order. In order to get a court order, that's a search warrant. And we have to submit an affidavit to tell the court, tell the judge that we believe that a crime was committed and a particular person committed the crime, and that we expect to find evidence if we give us permission to search this phone. And oftentimes we don't have that at the very beginning.
What should people remember when their loved ones go missing?
You do not have to wait 24 hours to report your missing loved one. The second you discover or you believe that they went missing,
this is important
you
to know. Good to
can
know.
and you shall make a police report. Some police officers, sometimes they're not up to speed, they're not properly trained, or they don't have the knowledge of a seasoned detective like myself. And so they might brush you off and say, no, you have to wait 24 hours. Not so. Ask for a supervisor and demand that they take a missing person report. Because what that does, it creates a checklist for the officer before they input
That way they
the
know
missing
processes.
person's information into our database, into the system that goes throughout the country. They have to call these different places. They have to call the coroner's office. They have to call the local hospitals. They have to call our mental evaluation unit to see if they've been hospitalized in a mental health facility. And all these phone calls is a checklist, because sometimes that's where they may be. They also check the local jails to see if they're in custody.
They come
And
going
that
to the lunchroom.
process can say, oh, you know what? Yeah, your daughter is here or your son is here. And then boom, mystery solved. But in cases where it's not solved right away throughout that checklist, then that information gets entered into the what we call NCIC or the National Information System, and also that local law enforcement agencies throughout the country have access to. I'll give you another example. There was a lady who reported her parents missing, two adult elderly parents. They were missing. They weren't responding to their phone calls. Unbeknownst to the daughter and to their family, they were involved in a serious car accident out of state. And it wasn't until they put their system into the computer that the Arizona authorities, when they checked the system, they found them that they were reported missing, and they're able to connect the dots and connect the families. Here they are. So that's why it's so important to not, take no for an answer. As soon as you discover your family missing, the police officers are required to take that missing person report and get it into the system as quickly as possible.
This is good information to know, man. This is good information to know because, uh, like you were saying, it's a checklist, right? That the cops got to go through or they with the investigation. So this is good to know that you don't have to wait a whole 24 hours. Um, so that you want to do this because that way, whenever the cop is looking going through the whole checklist, that's already done, and you don't have to wait. That way, when you're like on day 72 or whatever 48 hours, you already did that. It's been for you reported her, she's been missing. This and that. So um sounds like a corrupt cop. Hannah 5150 Holden, the cops cannot tell anyone including the family into that hold is over. Oh, I see. Let me, I'm gonna be on for 20 more minutes. If you guys want to join the panel and just let me know what you guys think. I want to hear your perspective. And you guys, if you guys don't want to keep it private, you guys don't have to come on camera. And so okay, maybe she was being followed. Maybe there's someone else that we don't know. For sure, there's got to be more than one person. Because if it's just one person, she's being captive. The moment she comes back to herself, just a little bit, um, for whatever she's at, or she comes to her conscience of saying, hey, you know what, I need to get out. She can run, or maybe say something. I don't know. Uh, but it's got to be more than one person. You know. Thanks, Lupe, for the comment. She disappeared, and her father died. Maybe someone was out for them. Ooh, just allegedly. Yeah, yeah. Maybe, yeah. Setup. Maybe this is setup. Kind of. They knew that dad wanted to get closer to her, and just to bring him to over here, far from where he lives. Dog the bounty hunter. His daughter was good friends with Hannah. Is that true? Is that true, Deke? Is that true? Because I know he said it on that video that we played yesterday, or when I live streamed the last time. Um, he said this. Probably he told the newscast that he knew her, but then later on he was like, "Oh no, they're gonna catch me." So my daughter, it was my daughter. So I'm glad, I'm glad he's involved, and gets more media coverage. Right, it goes more light. It gets more light. So even though a lot of people, are saying he's doing it for clout. Some girl on TikTok criminal posting some new text. Really? So if you guys can send me anything you guys have or find, um, we're on Instagram. That's the Instagram is Activate LA Radio, and our email is info activatela@gmail.com. That is info activatela, and the rough. It's crazy. Saying the Matrix. Uh, she says, "Mind fuck. This is Friday. which means this started in Hawaii before. Oh, that, that's an interesting topic. I mean, a comment. Yeah, she said mind fuck, but they said that she doesn't use that word. Um, but if it was maybe, let's say alleged, right? I mean, I don't want to get in trouble here. It's just, but since Friday, so it means like she came kind of a little bit, maybe she was a little bit under the influence. That's what dog says. Rough, rough. Okay. Human trafficking is the biggest thing going in the U.S. now. So sad. We need to make change in America. Yeah, I mean, especially here in the state, right? We're like close to the border, but I mean, they need to check those cameras. You know, those cameras, everything. Hopefully hopefully the FBI gets 100% involved, man. Um, if that's true, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Um, let's see, one of the last things Hannah's dad said on TV, they found a new lead. Oh, then within days he was found dead at the parking lot, likely being thrown off. Yeah, man, this is we're gonna find out this, man. I have a feeling that we it's gonna take another huge left turn. You know, no, I believe she was L.A. already. Okay, Hawaii people never talk about money, saying funds. Oh, okay, that's yeah. We say funds here. You know, I use that word. I use mula, dinero, but bling bling. All those weird text messages were not sent by her. That I agree with you, FW. I don't think they just sound. You know, they just don't sound right. Right. Trafficking is statistically immigrants, not people from the U.S. Tracking is new satanic panic. Man, there's a lot of rituals going on here. I mean, there's. I don't want to get into conspiracies, but I mean, geez, L.A. man, they have a lot. There's a lot of shit popping off here, man. Cheddar. Yeah, that's another. May her dad rest in peace. May her dad rest in peace, man. So dad, so you guys don't use funds? In okay. Everyone be safe. Watch your surroundings and take care. Continue to pray for her. Amen. Amen to that. All right. So, man, once again, if you guys want to join the live stream, and that's the link right here. Let me see if I can ping it. Is it coming out on the page? Let me see. Okay, let me pin it. So, um, gonna be on for like 17 more minutes. And do I have any other? Oh, shout out to Hawaii now. I guess it's another page. Shout out to the fan bam. Thank you guys. Once again, you guys can send me anything, any links to Activate LA Radio on Instagram. We have the other page, Activate LA, but that one, you know, we were not using it at the time. But also, too, if you guys want to email us, you guys can email us at info activate LA radio. No, info activate LA at gmail.com, info activate LA at gmail.com, or any case that you guys would like for us to cover. My dad is not helping to lead in the investigation. God bless you, man, and your dad. More info will be unfold as time goes on. Can't wait. I can't wait. Bookstore employee says she seemed cheerful. And that was the next day after she arrived from at the airport, right? When she missed her flight. It was real. And There's an article from yesterday here. There was an interview with the guy Hannah Benmo, the JLR, right? JLR. Um, yeah, shout out to JLR. The guy sounds off, right? The guy sounds off. Supposedly, I'm not making fun of the guy, but supposedly he had an accident at work, and I think the way he sounded on that interview, he sounded kind of off, but at the same time, he sounded like he was used. He was like the middle. We're calling him here right now in the chat the Benmo guy, and then the suspect. So the Benmo guy, and maybe the Benmo guy was the middle. So the scammer was having people send the Benmo guy all the money and from the victims, right? Oh, you're gonna donate because according to the interview, the Venmo guy said that. Oh no, he just called me and said, I'm here to help you." Supposedly that he appeared. I'm here to help you and give you money. And then later on, he received money from Hannah and then the guy. I don't know if you remember, Tech Shabby, that the Venmo guy said that the scammer, the suspect, took all his money. So maybe all that money that he took was the money that the suspect had the victims all. Because I'm thinking there's more than one victim, right? Send the money and then the suspect had the password to get all the money out, the whatever thousands or whatever supposedly the Venmo guy said. um I don't know. But Tech Shabby, remember also too, the Venmo guy said that the cops haven't contacted him and nobody has contacted him. That's strange. Unless it was somebody trolling JLR, you know. So her sister was on the news today. I heard. Okay, JLR. Waste. So JLR. Oh no, 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 not the suspect. Sounded like off. I don't know. I saw JLR because of that case. Of that girl that faked her kidnapping. Do you guys remember her? What was her name? She's like a medical assistant or something. That was a funny case, but it made sense what he said. He just talked slow. Yeah, it made sense. He was. I mean, if you pay attention, it sounded like he was used. Do they call them mules? Do they call them mules, uh, or mules are the people that move illegal substances? I don't know if it's the same thing, but it sounded like you know the scammer was using him to deposit money, and then from there the scammer take the money out. Um, Spiritual guide from South Africa. Yeah, spiritual guy. The picture looked crazy. Look kind of weird. He looked like a person that did like witchcraft or stuff like that. It's all strange. It is. New rumor is Hannah X uh brought her to get her into an arranged marriage like he did. What? Whoa. The LAX employer who saw her for 3 days at LAX. It could be Hannah waiting for her fake new hubby. Oh, okay. Where did you hear that rumor? Was it just kind of like the chat or what's weird? JLR said someone asked what's his Cash App name so they can send him his money for a blessing. Sound like the same scam. Whoa, wait a minute. What's weird? JLR said someone asked him what's his Cash App name so they can send him new money. Sounds like a scam. Oh, okay, okay. I guess okay, so I guess maybe that's the scam, right? I mean, that's the way the scam starts, or certain scams. They call you and then they tell you what's your cash app or whatever to send you a blessing. Maybe they send you money, and then later on, the person asks you to use your cash app or account, whatever. Maybe said someone said he is already married. Who's that? The scammer or they sold her out for money? Hey, man. People found out her ex has helped immigrants. Oh, really? Oh, I see, I see, I see. Okay. Wow, that that's crazy. So, okay, so the people found out that her ex helped immigrants get marriages and visa. Could she was she trying to like marry somebody to, you know, I don't think I don't know Hannah, right? Could she get no, I don't know. And I don't want to say that maybe she was like got scammed and was trying to help somebody and that's wild. They say the scammer is the owner of a cybersecurity company. Oh, I don't know. We'll find out. Let's see. Yeah, that's crazy, y'all. That's very very crazy. Um, Let me just read a couple of more. I watched Scam Vader. It also has typical scam. Cash App pyramid. I'm gonna look for that. Those people that bust scammers. The one that I was telling you guys, and I'm gonna put it together in a video and just upload it. I'm gonna take off, y'all, because I have that. Like I told you guys, I have that footage of when I went to the LAX Green Line station, Line C, and the interviews that I did when I interviewed the people and that couple. Um, their voice sounds very I mean, very low. So I'm gonna edit it right now in that those interviews, and I'm gonna upload them for you guys. I want to give a thank to Teresa Klinkert. Thank you so much for for membership. I don't promote the memberships a lot because I haven't uploaded many content there. I was gonna upload the interviews there, the one that I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna upload it there for just maybe tonight, and then when I wake up in the morning, then I'm gonna put it for the public for everybody. Or actually, I'm just gonna put it on the regular, that way everybody can watch it, especially because this is a different type of video in case I want to help and I don't want you guys paying. But if you guys want to help out the channel, man, you guys can help out by hitting the like button. That helps a lot, man. You can do it for free 99 by subscribing, and also to sharing this live stream. uh Thank you so much, Riosh, man. I really appreciate you, and anything you guys know, um please let me know. um I am gonna go to the Pico station, and I'm trying to keep very low pro um, to where I go. I guess you guys kind of scared me a little bit, right? And telling me not to go alone and be careful. I'm not paranoid, but at the same time, like Sugar Free says, right? If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So, I don't want to, get no surprises or somebody pops up and then I go viral by whooping somebody's ass and or they will bias, so but because you got to be careful too, man. You got to be careful wandering or going to these areas because like they say, man, the criminal always goes back to the to the crime scene, right? So I don't want go over there and then somebody already heard or somebody tag me, oh, this guy's over here. So that's another reason why wherever I go blog, I'm not going to be live streaming, just for safety purposes. Am I scared? Not really, but am I worried or being cautious? I am. So it's better safe to be sorry. Be safe, Ray. Stay strapped. Yes, I'm staying dangerous. Staying dangerous. Yeah. Um, Hawaii people. Yeah, I mean, it's that's the thing. Maybe this guy, took advantage of that. Her being kind and scammers are scammers, right? They're not. They know how to. Criminals know their victim. Thank you, brother. Thank you, guys. All right, fam bam. You guys have a wonderful one. Careful, Hannah's dad got too close. Yeah. Hey, man. Yeah. I'm gonna catch you guys at the next one. All right, you guys be safe out there. Please hit the like button once again. I'm sorry to sound like a broken record, but gotta remind you guys. And if you want to support, you can support by hitting the subscribe button. Much love and respect, Lupe Granados. Thank you so much. So much for always the support. And Tech Shabby, thank you so much for stopping by. FW, Brioche. Let me see what else stopped by. Geek, thank you so much. Everybody, Dolores, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. I'm gonna live stream tomorrow at 7, so make sure you tune in around 7 or 8. So I'll post in the community post, that way you guys know, and I'll try to schedule the live stream, that way you guys get the notification. And see you guys on the next one. All right, happy Thanksgiving. Be safe out there, man. Much love and respect, and we're gonna do this, man. We're gonna give it our all, and Hannah's gonna come back. Much love and respect once again. Peace. I'm King Acto 8. A rato.
It's an evil world we live in.
Hey.